everyone, and welcome to the Northdale Middle School John Patricelli Pool for CTN's live coverage of high school boys swimming and diving. Joe Yond, Howie Shapiro up above the action as the Coon Rapids Totino-Grace Cardinals welcome the team from Elk River.
Yeah, we were supposed to actually be here, it was a few weeks ago, I think, against Armstrong, but the Armstrong team had to back out, so we got an opportunity to get back on the schedule, and it's always good to see the swim squad.
Final home duel of the season for Coon Rapids Totino-Grace. We start with the 200 medley relay. And Diedrich Wallachek jumping to a big lead off the gun for Elk River in the middle lane.
Yeah, tonight's senior night, Joe, and so the senior swimmers got to pick what they wanted to swim, what events, and Coach Scholl said it'll be an interesting evening.
Coon Rapids squad of Ben Effiam, Luke Courier, Carter Ling, and Michael Courier running third at the first exchange. Courier trying to make up a little bit of room. On flaws just above him.
Yeah, Elk River with that big lead.
This is Tanner Schwartz with the lead at the end of the butterfly, and it's going to be Evan Street in second, Carter Ling in third for the Cardinals. So a lot of work as Michael Courier gets into the water to try and track down those two teams in front of him in the final 50.
Now, Davis Lauer is just, again, just a real strong swim here to finish it up for the Elk River squad.
And Alex Jensen up top will hold on to second, with Courier tagging up in third place. A time of 1:54.68 for the home squad. We take a break. We return with the 200 freestyle after this. You're watching boys high school swimming and diving on CTN.
The North Suburban Home Show celebrates 25 years of all things home improvement. Connect with local experts for remodeling ideas and money-saving tips. It's everything for your home, inside and out. The North Suburban Home Show is Saturday, March 8th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Andover YMCA Community Center. Meet more than 100 exhibitors and be inspired. Bathrooms, bedrooms, lighting, flooring, kitchens, home tech, landscaping, roofing, windows, and more. Plus free one-on-one advice from an architect. Don't miss the North Suburban Home Show March 8th at the Andover Community Center. Admission is free. Sponsored by the cities of Andover, Anoka, Coon Rapids, and the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce.
Former Coon Rapids coach, now Elk River mastermind, Marcia Ford.
Yeah, it was good to see her today. I know she was coaching, I believe, at Andover as well, and now here. So certainly good to see her. She came up and said hello to us.
And her squad with a 1-2 finish in the relay, as big a lead as you can get after the first event. In the 200 freestyle relay, we have for Elk River, bottom to top, Ethan Christensen, Spencer Damon, Everett Pazandik, and Kiwook Farden. For Coon Rapids, it's Dominic Lachinsky, Ben Effiam, and Dean Tronson up in lane 7. And a big lead for Spencer Damon in the middle. Right now, Ben Effiam running second place and pretty comfortable in that spot. There is a race there for third place and possibly even second, but I think this one's been decided pretty much already, barring a cramp, to Spencer Damon, who is running away.
Yeah, he really is, for sure. And again, the Elk Rivers in the first couple events has been swimming well.
Is Ethan Christensen right on his heels? Is he on this? Oh, he is.
Yeah, he is on his heels.
So it's a 1-2 Elk River. I thought Effiam was running in second. I apologize. Christensen down at the bottom. And so now that's going to be a battle for third place. And
it's really
Effiam being pushed by Pazandik right above him. They're right together at the turn with one lap to go.
Yeah, Pazandik, an 8th grader.
Effiam trying to break up the podium sweep for the visitors after the 1-2 finish to start in the medley relay.
He'll come down now to who can get the fastest time here on the last leg.
Damon winning easily by more than 7 seconds against a teammate, and this one could come down to a fingernail. Effiam is going to grab third place by less than 0.2 of a second.
So usually, you know, we stop in between events because of JVs. You're going to see the finish there for first. But we got a few JV races that aren't going to happen. So we're going to go right, going to stay here.
And in first place, Elk River 18, Wallace,
But another strong event for Elk River. Help push their lead higher, but as you mentioned, we stay because the next event is the 200 individual medley.
We're ready for the varsity meet of the 200 individual medley.
In the IM for the Cardinals, at the bottom, Andrew Rother in lane 1. Grant LaMontagne is in lane 3. Michael Courier in lane 5, and Ben Wendling in lane 7. For Elk River, it's Zach Jacobson, Davis Lauer, Sean Muskowick, and Easton Jones.
Yeah, the Cardinal squad certainly would like to get the opportunity to get some finishes here, as they've fallen behind through the first two.
Well, Michael Courier, the lead through the first event and into the backstroke. He's got about a half a body on Davis Lauer just below him. And Coon Rapids up in lane. It's so difficult to. It's the opposite of what I'm looking at. Ben Wendling is actually running second and pushing Courier as they turn to the breaststroke, and it's pretty much 3 abreast in the breaststroke with Wendling in the lead up top.
But it is definitely close. Cardinals would love to get at least the first and second.
Well, and now Courier in third place.
Yep, he's dropped a little bit here in the last little bit.
As Lauer has surpassed him, and we saw Lauer's strength in the medley relay. And turning into the freestyle, Wendling up top, trying to finish it off. Lauer trying to secure second place, and Courier trying to keep and get back in, but he's fallen well off the pace of Lauer below him.
Well, Lauer's strong on the freestyle. We saw him do it in the first race, that he ran that last leg, or swam that last leg, and was able to pull away at the end.
Wendling trying to grab the blue ribbon. He is going to do so, and now a challenge for 4th place. Courier, who had the early lead, is going to fall all the way. No, he is going to grab 4th place.
Yeah, he got there ahead.
And that's a big touch for the Cardinals, but a great win for Wendling.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we will take a break and be back with the Splash and Dash 53 up next on CTN. Back at the Northdale Middle School pool, just about ready to get the 50 freestyle underway. Elk River, big lead after the first 2 events. Cardinals able to trim into it a bit.
Yeah, they needed points, quite obviously.
A nice 1-3-4 finish for them in the 200 IM. And this is all about speed in the 50 free. Gugensberg's going to get the win. Sorry, that's Wallachek in lane 4. Will take first place. Elk River will get first, second. Third goes to Coon Rapids. 4th in lane 6. And 5th to Coon Rapids. Back with diving after this. You're watching CTN.
The North Suburban Home Show celebrates 25 years of all things home improvement. Connect with local experts for remodeling ideas and money-saving tips. It's everything for your home, inside and out. The North Suburban Home Show is Saturday, March 8th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Andover YMCA Community Center. Meet more than 100 exhibitors and be inspired. Bathrooms, bedrooms, lighting, flooring, kitchens, home tech, landscaping, roofing, windows, and more. Plus free one-on-one advice from an architect. Don't miss the North Suburban Home Show March 8th at the Andover Community Center. Admission is free. Sponsored by the cities of Andover, Anoka, Coon Rapids, and the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce.
Back at the Northdale Middle School pool. Diving portion of the meet between Coon Rapids, Totino-Grace, and Elk River. Ricky Flaws a 20.4 on the opening dive, and this is Alex Jensen. Very clean, controlled dive, and during the diving portion, we are welcoming Coach Haley Scholl. And Coach, thank you for being here. And tell me, what do you think of how the team has performed so far tonight?
Yeah, we're swimming really well tonight. We're swimming some events we don't normally swim, and the boys are kind of stepping up and proving themselves.
Yeah, you got a pretty good score. It was a 29.5.
This is our first Cardinal diver, Evan Bennett. Back dive, tuck position, and Haley, 3 divers for the Cardinals tonight. Luke Courier back in the lineup, good for your team.
Yeah, the
Next diver is
entrance
here
into the
at
water
0
wasn't as clean as I'm sure he'd like it.
Somersault straight, 1.7.
Jarek Loija from Elk River. Back somersault, straight position.
Coach, how's the progress of your divers been?
Great. So Evan, who just dove, this is actually his first year ever diving, and he's already got 6 dives and competing varsity, which is great.
This is Isaiah Llewellyn. Good clean dive. You're welcome to clap.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a really, really good dive for Isaiah. This is his 2nd year with us on the team, and he's shown a ton of improvement this year.
Yeah, nice entrance into the water, pretty clean.
Kept the feet together.
Yep.
Evan Streets for Elk River. How have the emotions been? Obviously, an undersized team, tough to battle through, knowing that you're not coming up with wins, but improving on an individual level.
Yeah, the boys have been swimming really, really well this year, and it's kept their spirits very high.
Luke Courier up next for the Cardinals. A lot of height for Luke. Not quite as straight as he might have liked, but seeing 7 divers and all doing 6 dives is encouraging. I know this is a team, your team, that has really struggled to get enough bodies in the water.
Yes. So having 3 divers is amazing with how small our team is right now.
Pretty clean dive.
That was a cool dive.
Yep.
Score is 25.5. Next up is Alex with 202C, back 1 somersault tuck, 1.5.
Does not show cumulative score as it only showed the score of that dive.
Right.
It's going to make this more difficult. Alex Jensen, a lot of height on that back somersault.
And you had mentioned earlier that before we went on air, there are a lot of kids who are stepping up and wanting to swim in events that maybe they're not real comfortable with. That's got to feel pretty good for a squad your size.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see that we've got boys that are willing to do things that are hard and put themselves out there, and I love that.
Back somersault for Evan, as you mentioned, just his first year diving.
That was a pretty solid dive.
Yeah, he's a very, very quick learner. In just 1 week, he learned 4 dives, which is almost unheard of.
He's great.
Well, now they're getting more. You have 2 schools to work from. You got to get more like Evan. Jarek Loija, very strong inward.
Very clean dive.
1.5.
Yeah, he's awarded for that with a nice score by the judges.
Isaiah with 202A, back 1 somersault straight, 1.7.
He's having a good night.
Yeah, solid score.
5.5. Next diver is Evan with 203C, back 1.5 somersault, 2.0.
Very strong dive for
Yep.
Evan Street. Now, the fact that they no longer show a cumulative, does that get into the heads of the guys that they're down there? I mean, wouldn't that, having that knowledge, I know I'm 5, I need X amount in this last dive to catch him.
You know, the boys haven't actually mentioned it, so I don't know.
Is there a reason for that they're not?
Because it used to be.
We got a new scoreboard this year, and it's not as fancy as our old one.
Solid dive for Luke to
very good
finish
dive for
round
Luke.
2. And yeah, the old scoreboard, of course, used to have the name in each lane assigned. And
Yeah, we had a nice video board, but it started going out on us, and with the ventilation in the pool, this will hold up and last longer.
And that has to be taken into consideration
Absolutely.
when considering school district budgets and whatnot. Somersault, back somersault, half twist, free position.
Those twisters are hard.
Didn't do. I don't think the way he would have liked to have. At least the way he thought he should have.
Reverse dive, straight position for Alex Jensen. And
solid.
sometimes those dives where you don't have a lot of rotation can be even trickier.
You really have to do them perfectly because the judges are watching every little thing.
He had a pretty good entrance in the water.
Evan with dive number 301C, reverse dive tough, 1.6.
The reverse dives are tricky.
Oh, yeah.
He just learned how to do those last week.
And he got the loudest cheer of the night so far. And that's one of the greatest things about swimming and diving. Number one, anyone can do it.
Yes.
Number two, everyone is super positive.
There's a lot of support.
That support and positivity piece is something that we hold very high on our team.
You can tell. You can certainly
And
tell.
That just team aspect of it is something that I know the boys just cherish about being a part of this team. And they really buy into it.
That's great. Love to hear that.
Jarek Loija, a great example of getting a lot of twist, keeping his legs together. Isaiah, will he get the twist in right at the end?
Yeah, he was able.
Got the somersault, and you saw it kind of pause right before getting all the way back around through the twist.
Forward 1.5 somersault, tuck 1.6.
That was very
nice.
good.
Very pretty dive.
Nice drive. Yeah, he's going to score well for
Yeah,
that
he
one.
should.
He got a ton of height, stayed close to the
Went
board,
in
fast
perfectly
rotation.
straight.
Good entrance in the water. Yep.
32.
32.
Next diver's loop with 303C, reverse 1.5 somersault, tuck 2.1.
Solid dive. He would like to have gotten his feet up a little higher, but you know the most important piece maybe I didn't mention. It's about the only sport that can save your life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a life skill for sure.
It certainly is. It's something you can do for all of your life.
Yes.
1.6.
You can also play tennis and golf
You can.
your entire lifetime, but there will rarely come a situation where they will save your life.
No.
You know, funnily enough, we actually have a lot of swimmers that play golf and tennis in the off season.
Absolutely.
Well, that makes sense.
Tuck 1.6.
Alex with his fourth dive of the night. Most swimmers and divers, smaller guys.
Yeah.
The swimmer's build, quote unquote. Alex is built like an offensive lineman.
Yeah, he is.
And but he moves like a gymnast.
Yeah, he's diving really well.
1.4.
Inward and reverse dives always freak me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scary. That was a good dive for Evan.
Yeah, get good push away from the board.
He's, like I said earlier, he's really picked up diving very, very quickly.
Next diver is Jarek with
Yeah,
And he's only a freshman, so he's got 3 more years after
that's
this
great.
to really hone this.
Jarek has had a nice performance for Elk River as well. A very clean dive there, forward 1.5.
Next up is Isaiah with 103C, forward 1.5 somersault, tuck 1.6.
He was close to the board on
I
that one.
was just going to say
Be
that.
nervous.
Me
You
too. A
saw him
little.
roll his eyes as his
hesitated a little.
footwork, his footwork was off a little bit.
Yep.
He
1.4.
left from too deep on the board, deeper than he wanted, I'm sure, and that led to that. But he fought through,
Yep.
He did.
and he finished the dive.
Absolutely.
Another one of those simple ones that you got to do really perfect.
Yep.
Score is 26.6. Next ever is Luke with that number 403.
I was going to say when Evan did the inward a couple dives ago, the fact that he comes straight back to the board is impressive early, and because tendency is to be scared of the board and to twist one way or the other so that you're not coming straight back on that reverse, or inward, and he does a nice job of coming back straight to the board. Got out a little further than maybe is ideal, but not as far as I would go.
Mm-hmm.
Inward 1.5.
Luke is one of our senior captains this year, and he's had a phenomenal season so far. He got his name up on our top 15 all-time record board.
That's phenomenal.
He's doing great, performing well, and been a great captain, leading his team well.
Well, we have talked about from very early, from day one, essentially 28 years ago. Regardless of the quality of athlete coming out of the Coon Rapids program, it's always very high quality individuals.
Yeah, they're great kids. I'm very lucky to be able to work with a lot of them.
Back dive straight with a twist, half twist.
Well, I'm sure they feel the same way about you, being their coach.
I hope so.
I'm sure they do.
Has it been any easier year two? Or is this year three? This is year two, right?
Year two as head coach, and then year three with the Cardinals as
Right.
assistant under Doug my first year. The boys have luckily made it a very easy transition for me. They're really great kids. They want to get better. They listen to other coaches, do what we ask them to do.
Which is all you can ask for.
They're good kids.
Great rotation on the forward double.
Score is 39.6. Next diver is Isaiah with 104C, forward 2 somersaults, tuck 2.2.
He's got the same dive. It was a really good dive for Isaiah.
It was. Of course, the pressure, I think, when someone right in front of you does it as well as Jarrett did to step up.
Really
he got the footing right this time.
Nice score.
So he came off the board just in a better position, more confident. Evan continues his strong night for Elk River.
He's a talented diver.
Yeah, just good rotation, good entrance into the water.
Next diver is Luke with dive number 104.
Yeah,
solid dive.
The dive by Jarek a couple dives ago, I'm pretty sure is the highest scored dives we've seen yet tonight. Just shy of 40 points.
I believe so.
Same dive for Luke. He gets all the way around, then gets legs quite straight, but
a solid dive.
Yeah, good score.
Yep. A little over 30.
Dive number 401C, inward dive tuck, 1.4. Ricky, step down. Luke is going to repeat his dive.
Luke is going to get a chance to do the dive again.
Luke's dive number is 104C, forward 2 somersaults tuck, 2.2.
I don't know that I've ever witnessed the distraction. A little bit stronger, a little bit closer to the board. Legs still a little bent when he went in.
Better than the first one, though, I think.
Frequently been there, and there's the biggest dive of the night so far, 40.70.
We're ready for round 6. Our first diver is Ricky.
Yeah, you got about 10 more points with the. Hey, what goes into the judges'
Look at his face.
opinion? Yeah, I've been the distraction before. I don't know that I've ever seen a successful appeal.
Yeah.
What goes into that process from their perspective? Did they hear something?
They might have.
Next diver is Alex.
I honestly
with
don't
401C,
know
inward
how
dive
all
tuck,
that works.
I thought he felt he had some distraction, and he asked the judges to be able to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, kudos to him for lobbying such a successful appeal and then turning it into the best dive of the night so
10 more
far.
points.
Well, the pressure was really on the second dive.
Yeah.
Dive number 102C, forward 1 somersault tuck, 1.4.
I got Evan's last dive of the night.
Yeah, and impressive, as you mentioned, for a first-year diver.
Yeah.
For sure.
To develop 6 dives
Yeah.
in the course of a season, which is not very long.
And being able to dive varsity just a month and a half in is incredible.
That was a pretty dive.
Yeah, he has shown really strong body control all night long.
Those twisters are where you can really see the people that have that control.
4.2. Next up is Isaiah with 402C, inward 1 somersault tuck, 1.6.
And a strong finish for Isaiah as well.
For sure.
Very, very solid final dive for
One
Isaiah.
somersault.
Really good score for him.
Yeah, with all 5.5s.
With 303C, reverse 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1.
It's a lot of height, good rotation. Just
Didn't quite get it
Get straight.
vertical enough there in the entry.
But boy, did he get some height. And I think that might be the highest at 2.4, highest degree of difficulty that we saw. Oh, that was
This
Evan.
one's
Sorry.
Luke.
Luke is about to do the 2.4. Not quite the finish he had hoped for, but again, good height, a lot of rotation.
That's the first time he's ever done that diving
Oh,
competition.
really? Oh,
Yes.
that's great.
2.5 is a lot.
Yes.
Give him credit.
Yes. It's a very, very hard dive.
In just a moment, we will have your final results.
Yeah, and, he had the great dive in round 5, and a strong finish going after one that's super difficult and is, again, kind of his newest to competition. Fun to see it come out.
Yeah, I actually didn't know he was doing it tonight until you flipped to the second
that's
page. So
funny.
that was the
That's
surprise
great.
for me.
Well, I'm glad that we were here to get your reaction.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The fans didn't know, but Coach was hitting the cough button and cheering while I was explaining the finish of Luke's
When I
dive.
saw it was the 2.5,
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be
That's great.
exciting.
Yeah,
so.
very good stuff.
Well, we appreciate you
Yes.
stopping by,
Yeah,
and
thank
good
you
luck
for
the
having
rest
me
of the
up
way.
here.
We're almost at the end, but good luck to the boys moving forward. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with 100 Butterfly after this on CTN. Back at the Northdale Middle School pool. And that is the start
Lane 2 is Ethan Modine.
of the 100 Butterfly.
Lane 4 is Evan Street. Lane 5,
Yeah,
Dominic
no
Richards.
JV in this event
Lane
today.
6 is Davis Lauer. And Lane 7 is Luke Courier.
Luke Courier, as we talked about, just in the diving competition, finished third, excuse me. And now in the pool in the 100 Butterfly. Luke up at the top of the screen in lane 7. Leader in lane 3, Jackson Ling. I think this is the first time we've seen Jackson.
It is.
And
He got a
he
good
is
start.
way out ahead. And cruising to the win in 57.32.
Elk River's going to, I believe, take third.
They will take second, third. Coon Rapids grabs fourth with Dominic Lachinsky, the freshman, in lane 5. And Luke Courier will take 5th place. We will take another break. Up next, 100 freestyle. You're watching Boys Swimming and Diving on CTN.
Places Jackson Ling of the Rapids with a winning time of 57.32.
Back at the Northdale Middle School pool.
Score following the 100 Butterfly is Elk River 59 and
Elk
Coon
River,
Rapids 35.
Strong meet so far here. You can see by the score, 58-36.
Actually, 59-35.
59-35.
Just corrected by the PA.
Well, we're close.
This is the 100 freestyle. For Elk River, bottom to top, Jarek Loija, Spencer Damon, and Ethan Christensen. For the Cardinals, Tyth Koo, Michael Courier, and Jaden Fang.
Lane 2 is Jared Loiha. In lane 3 is Tyth Koo.
Loiha,
Spencer
not Loija. Loiha.
Loiha. The I is pronounced.
Michael Courier has the lead in lane 5. Take that back. Spencer Damon has the lead in lane 4.
Yep. A pretty healthy lead.
And yeah, we saw him earlier in the meets, and he ran away with the 200 freestyle. He's going to run away with the 100 freestyle as well. A 1-2 finish with he and Ethan Christensen, and a 1-2-3 finish as Loiha touches up down at the bottom.
A strong race for the Elks.
Further strengthens their lead midway through, a little more than midway through this
You can
meet.
see a nice finish for him. He touches the wall. And since there's no JV 500, we're going to stay here, Joe. Back to back. Of course, this is the race where the endurance comes into effect.
For Elk River, Ryan Fywick, Diedrich Wallachek, and Jace Larson Vito. For Coon Rapids, Carter Ling, Grant LaMontagne, and Ethan Altapeter.
Currently coming in lane 2 is Ryan Fywick. In lane 3, Carter Ling. Lane 4, Diedrich Wallachek. Lane 5, Grant.
And it's always great to get out to a lead, but this is all about how you finish. It is.
It's definitely, you have to pace yourself quite obviously, because it's a long one. You're swimming for quite a while.
Diedrich Wallachek, the early lead in lane 4. Jace Larson Vito currently running in second, with Grant LaMontagne in the middle running third. But very early, Howie. Very, very
It is very early. Hallie Scholl was kind enough to join us during the diving portion of tonight's event.
Yeah, and just over her shoulder is alum Mitch Tronson.
Yep, who swam this race.
Yes, he did, quite effectively.
Yes, very much so.
His younger brother on the team now, and one of the more impressive Star Spangled Banner renditions I've heard in all my years.
He did a very good job. Very, very good job.
But Mitch has moved on and is swimming at the college level. He was going to join us for diving, but had better offer to sit with the guys.
Yep, he wanted to hang out with the guys, and I don't blame him. Better than hanging out with us.
But great to see alumni that still come back
for
and
sure.
give their support. Balzak pretty comfortable out front. Larson Vito kind of all by himself in second place. There's about a half a length between him in first place and another half a length between he and third place, which is LaMontagne. And they are already starting to lap some swimmers. Ryan Fywick down here in lane 2 at the bottom, making a push. Kind of an interesting time for a push midway through this race, and he's now pressuring for that second place spot.
Well, it's all about endurance, and if you're able to get that little bit of push midway through.
Well, he was able to cruise right past LaMontagne into third. Still got a ways to go to catch up with second place, and again, avoiding, barring a cramp, Wallachek, nobody's going to catch him.
Nope.
He is comfortably ahead. And right now the Elks running 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Again, they've swam well tonight.
You see he's passing La Montaña, who is currently in 4th place. So a pretty impressive pace being set by Diedrich Wallachik.
Yeah, he's pretty much been in control of this one from the start.
But the question is, when you get off to as good a start as he did, can you keep that kind of pace?
Well,
And he certainly has delivered.
He has
thus far.
He's comfortably in the lead.
He's got Alex Jensen holding his board for him, and he's pretty animated.
Yeah.
Pushing him, but I think it also at the same time letting him know you're way, way ahead. There are guys that are a quarter of a way through the race that just heard the bell, meaning the leader is
on the final.
Entering his final lap.
Yep.
And yeah, he is lapped 2nd place, which is 2 lanes above him.
Well, yeah, he's just been steady from the start. I mean, he hasn't. He's just.
Well, he's gonna. I mean, 5:05.98 is a pretty impressive time.
Yeah, that was definitely an excellent race for him.
And getting so tired up in lane 6, Jace Larson Vito just flipped over and did some backstroke.
Yep.
He's got no chance to catch the winner who's already finished. He had a little bit of room against his teammate down in lane 2. That's Ryan Fywick, and Fywick trying to push in the final 25. He's not going to catch him, but those 3 will go 1, 2, 3.
Again, another solid finish for the Elks.
Grant LaMontagne tags up in 4th place, 6:01.69. And in lane 3, Carter Ling will take 5th place. With that, the Elks will push the lead ever so much closer to clinching the victory. Just 4 events remain. Up next, the 200 freestyle relay. You are watching CTN's live coverage of boys swimming and diving.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back at the Northdale Middle School pool, 200 freestyle relay just underway. And with back-to-back 1, 2, 3 finishes, the Elks have pushed this to nearly clinching. Just 4 events remaining. They're about 10 points away from, less than 10 points away from making this meet theirs.
Yeah, they've, like I said, we talked about it. They, from start to finish, they've swam well. Been able to increase that lead as they've gone.
Bourne Peterson started in the middle lane 4, and now Spencer Damon, who just ran away with the win a couple swims ago in the 100 freestyle. And they've proven they've got some guys who can freestyle. They're running 1-2 again here. Drake Loeja coming to get Diedrich Walazik in with a slight lead. Up above him, Tanner Schwartz in lane 6. Trying to track him down. Not going to be able to do so. Walazik's had a really nice race for the Elks here tonight. He'll grab another first place. It'll be a 1-2 finish. And with that, the Elks will have enough to clinch the victory.
Yeah, Coon
and it'll be gentlemen's points from here on out.
Absolutely. Coon will take third. But again, just strong evening in the pool for Elk River.
Here are your final results of the 500 freestyle. In 5th place is Carter Layton. 4th place is Grant Lamonte. In 3rd place, Ryan Hywick. In 2nd place, James Totino. And in 1st place, Diedrich Walazik.
So we talk about it a lot, obviously. It is a team sport. You'd love for the team to do well. A lot of times, especially with the struggles they've had with numbers, that's just not realistic.
Nope.
And it is, after all, an individual event. And one of the other great things about swimming and diving is it's not you swimming against the guy next to you while it is. It's more so about you swimming against yourself.
Well, yeah, and you're trying to compete and better your times from event to event.
And we are up to the 100 backstroke. And so for Coon Rapids, the rest of the way, obviously, continue to see guys have strong swims, better their own times, and hopefully dent the podiums and have swims that put them right in with those top Elk River guys who have shown themselves right away as being a really solid team in every event so far. They have had either individuals or teams, relay teams that have pushed one another. And here we see it again in the backstroke is Bjorn Peterson and Soren Osowski up in lane 6, running 1-2, and Osowski really pushing Peterson at every turn.
Well, Elk River in this event, just swimming strongly. Just looking at the grades, I mean, this Elk River team has a lot of young swimmers on their roster.
Yeah, Peterson, a sophomore. Osowski, just an eighth
grader, right.
They finish 1-2. Dean Tronson will take 3rd place. He'll earn 1st place points. 4th place down at the bottom is going to go to Andrew Rother. And with that, the Cardinals will cut into the lead. Again, courtesy points as the Elks have clinched the victory. We'll take a break. Be back. 100 breaststroke next on CTN.
The North Suburban Home Show celebrates 25 years of all things home improvement. Connect with local experts for remodeling ideas and money-saving tips. It's everything for your home, inside and out. The North Suburban Home Show is Saturday, March 8th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Andover YMCA Community Center. Meet more than 100 exhibitors and be inspired. Bathrooms, bedrooms, lighting, flooring, kitchens, home tech, landscaping, roofing, windows, and more. Plus free one-on-one advice from an architect. Don't miss the North Suburban Home Show March 8th at the Andover Community Center. Admission is free. Sponsored by the cities of Andover, Anoka, Coon Rapids, and the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce.
back at the Petroselli pool, ready for the 100 breaststroke. Boy, they get him up on the blocks, into the set position, and get him off the blocks
quickly.
quick tonight.
Yes, they do.
They're just moving through it. Give me a hard time to get it announced, and I don't want to be the guy that's talking at the sound of the gun. But
Well, they'll just call it distraction.
Man,
They say,
they are.
Jens, would you stop talking so we can concentrate?
But that's what I'm here for.
I know.
If I'm not talking,
We'll
certainly ain't here to look
We'll take a
pretty.
poll. Who would prefer Joe not to talk during a broadcast?
On second thought, let's not do. In the middle, Rick Flaws setting the pace and jumping to the lead at the midway point of the 100 breaststroke. Ben Wendling with a nice race, fighting for that number 2 spot. But hard to see Bjorn Peterson down at the bottom of the pool in lane 2, who's actually pushing his way past Rick Flaws, and he'll have the lead. Coming to the wall, and Flaws, I don't know if he's aware that his teammate is trying to steal his thunder, but he is.
He did, and he did.
Does, and it's another 1-2-3 finish for Elk River as they, again, swimming in exhibition. Courtesy points go to the Cardinals, but an impressive showing from Elk River here tonight. Just one event left. That's the 400 freestyle relay, and that is next on CTN. At the Northdale Middle School, John Petroselli pool
We're ready for our final event.
up for the final event, the 400 freestyle relay. Couple of Cardinal teams in lanes 3 and 6, 3 Elk River teams in the even lanes.
Currently in the water for the varsity.
And again, it's so hard for the untrained spectator to know how good a swim is without knowing the guys that are on each of those teams and what they have done as a group, as a unit previously.
Yep, no question.
You know, even if they are not able to continue to keep pace with Elk River, another strong event for the Elks with Ethan Christensen having a slight lead over Jace Larson-Vito. Luke Courier is between them in lane 5, trying to stay in the race for a true podium finish. But you can see those 2 Elk River guys,
they're so good,
starting to stretch it out in their first 100. And a sizable lead for Evans Street to get in the water. He's got Nolan Anderson up above him, and now Grant LaMontagne is the second piece of the puzzle for the top Cardinal relay squad in lane 5.
Well, you had talked about specifically how strong some of these Elk Rivers swim the freestyle, and they really do. I mean, you can. That's how they jumped out to that early lead in a number of events.
Well, and I was curious because this is senior night and parents' night, and they were having a lot of events down at the far end, and only the Elk River guys were in the pool warming up when we got here. They look to be a relatively smaller team as well. You know, not 60 guys in the pool, and I thought, you know, maybe this might factor out well, you know, give Coon Rapids an opportunity, team with maybe a little less depth, but boy, have they proven to be strong across the board in every event, and they have just been downright dominant here tonight.
They certainly have, and they've got a number of swimmers that can be dominant.
So top relay team for the Cardinals here. Luke Courier, Grant LaMontagne. Then Michael Courier will be coming in the third leg, or is he in? He's in. And then Jackson Lang will finish it out. That's in lane 5. The other group, Dominic Luczynski, Evan Bennett, Dean Tronson, and then finally Jaden Vang. I tell you what, the event tonight ran like clockwork.
It really, actually, really did.
Of all the events,
It ran swimmingly.
It moved swimmingly along. It did, but it just the pace between they have just really kept things moving. We have moved right through this event. It's because the pool's namesake is here.
John does a great job
making sure that that they keep moving along and everything is smooth as silk.
Hunky dory.
And yeah, what a race for Elk River across the board.
For sure.
They'll go 1-2. The top relay squad for Coon Rapids is going to come in third place, and tagging up in 3:53.11 is Jackson Ling. And Elk River will swim away with a sizable win. 97-81 is, I believe, what they will list as a final score. But you know, when you get to the courtesy points, they may change it up a bit. But this is the part we're talking about with Coach Scholl. You know, everybody cheering for the last guy to finish.
You bet.
Not something you see in a lot of other sports, especially when they get cheers from both teams.
Yeah, no,
finish.
swimmers have that that kind of relationship, whether they're, you know, on the same team or whether they're opponents. I think everybody just kind of cheers each other on and hopes for the best and have good swims from each guy.
As we talked about, always trying to better yourself more than to beat the guy next to you. But you also want to beat the guy next to you.
You do.
If at all possible. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Elk River 97, Coon Rapids 81. We want to thank head coach Haley Scholl for having us and for joining us during the diving section. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.